Most cases, when students are confronted with questions that seem too difficult for them to answer, they are off balance and they are confused. They lose focus. They don't know what else to do. They begin to think, oh, I have failed it this year again. But in this video, I am going to show you 5 strong tips on how you can answer difficult questions in your UTME. Welcome back, everybody. So in this video, I am going to show you 5 tips on how you can tackle difficult questions in your UTME. So the number 1 step is read the question carefully. Read the question carefully. Sometimes you actually know the answer to some questions, but because the timing is making you to be in a rush, it's not making you to calm, you cannot properly assess those questions, and thereby you even quickly determine, oh, I don't know this answer, and you move to the next one, or you're already losing mark. So please read the question calmly and carefully. Pay attention to words like except. You know, in some questions they will say, which of these states are in Nigeria? Maybe you are doing governments and they ask this question that in all these options are correct except, or all the states listed below are Nigerian states except. So please note all of these words, and they can earn you mark, and at the same time they can disqualify you if you do not read those questions carefully. Tips number 2, eliminate wrong answers. Now, what do I do that's really helped me out in my Jamb examination? Now, all I have to do, maybe when I come across any question that looks so difficult to me, what I always do in most cases is to take out the options that I know it can never be the answer. For example, I was asked, what is a noun? And then, you know, if you are in a hurry, you may be thinking, what is noun? What is noun? What is noun? Now, I was asked, what is a noun? Option A noun is an action word. Option B, a noun is from pronoun. Option C, a noun is a naming word. Option D, all of the above. Now, with somebody that can think very well, you already know that noun cannot be an action word, and at the same time it cannot be all of the above. And you also know that noun is not actually from pronoun. You are already eliminating. So when you read questions, sometimes you already know that this one can never be the answer. What you need to do first is to do 50-50, like who wants to be a billionaire, just for example. Now, there are 2 options will definitely be there that you know these ones cannot be the answer. Now you have 2 questions, 2 options remaining. Now, all you need to do is to think within yourself, which of these 2 options is best fit for the answer rather required. And then through the elimination method, you'll be able to get it. So in some cases, you may miss it, but it gives you high chances of actually getting the right answer to all these difficult questions. Tip number 3, make an educated and thoughtful guess. Make an educated and thoughtful guess. Now, you need to be able to guess the right answer sometimes. You need to think that, okay, this is something you have been doing for many years, for 3 years, from your SS1 to your SS3. So this is something you have been doing. You can guess. You are educated. So just think within yourself, okay, which of these can be the right answer? You need to be time conscious. Do not waste time even in your thinking and in your guessing. But you should be able to think and guess that, okay, this definitely is going to be the right answer. So tip number 4, do not waste too much time on a question, even though those questions are difficult. But in most cases, what I always do for difficult questions is, maybe when I spot one question and it is difficult, I will not allow it to make me to be off balance. I will just go to the next question. By the time you are done with the ones you know, you will discover that if you come back to those questions that seem to be too difficult for you, you will discover that the moment you come back to it, you begin to find answers that are appropriate for those questions. So do not waste too much time on this difficult question. They will affect you. Once you waste too much time on it, even the ones that you know, you will not be calm enough to think about what the answer could be. But because you have wasted your time on the ones that are difficult, that you eventually missed, and now it will affect you to actually now miss the ones you also know. Please take note of that. And tip number 5, think on what the answer could be. Think on what the answer could be. Now, you have done the elimination method. Maybe it's not working in this option. You have tried to guess. You are still not getting it. Now you just have to think. That is why it is important that you attend every classes. Now, some things we don't know them. Maybe in English language and in the register section, that is where you have to fill in the gap. The ones that they write like sentences, where you have to fill in the gap. Maybe they bring up topic that you are not familiar with. Maybe you are art students and they go and bring topics that has to do with medical students or science students and all. And then you must provide the right answers for those gaps. What are you going to do? So you need to begin to think. Now, maybe they said someone has an accident, and in the layman language, they will say, the doctors cut the leg. Now, in the option, cut will be there, amputate will be there, waste the leg will be there, and any other options they wish to put there. But you must know that in scientific term, or let me say in the doctor use of language, they will not use cut the leg. They will rather say, we amputate the leg. We amputate the leg. Do you understand what I am talking about? Yeah, well, I am very, very sure that if you can follow these 5 tips I shared with you, all these difficult questions that you come across in the Jamb examination will not be a problem for you this time around, because you already know that you must be able to think, you must be able to guess, critical thinking, you must be able to use the elimination method, you must be able to read and to read the questions carefully and correctly. So if you can follow this, your exam score will be high. So guys, I want you to share this YouTube link to people, share this video to people that you think it can be of help to them, people that want to sit down for their UTME examination. Please share this link with them and like this video, comment on the content you want to be seeing on this channel, and if you have any question, please put it down on the comment section of this video and I am going to attend to it. Thank you.